Hey guys, Elderfall 101 here, back here with another tier list. A little bit of a weird tier list because I'm not in my normal recording spot, and I probably won't be for a little while. I'm in college, so we're gonna do a simple little Dragon Priest tier list, like the mask. I want to do a separate tier list later of like the actual dungeons involved and that stuff, but I'm just gonna do the original. So these ones um won't be including any of the Dragonborn DLC because I haven't gotten to that point in my playthrough most recently. Um, so we'll start with this one. Vulcan, Conjuration, Illusion, and Alteration spells will cost 20% less magic to cost. Um, Truthfully, I don't really use Illusion and Alteration. I know they have their uses. I do use Conjuration a lot. I do like Conjuration. It's probably my favorite type of magic in Skyrim. But only a 20% magic cost reduction doesn't seem that good to me. So I'm gonna put that in C tier. Next we have, I'm not even gonna try to pronounce it, Narfrin, something like that. It's the dark black one right here. Um, Plus 50 magic and destruction and restoration spells cost 20% less. I think overall that's just a way better version of this mask. Uh, Plus 50 magic's great. And then destruction and restoration can almost be used in any build, especially restoration. You can use that in any build. Everybody needs healing. The destruction not as much, but it's probably the most useful and practical magic that most people use. The next one is Otar, which is this one. Resistance against fire, frost, and shock is improved. Um, there's not that many cases for me where I'm using this mask, if ever. I don't. There's potions you can drink that give you that resistance already. And I just don't think it's that useful, in my opinion. Um, I think this is B tier and this should go to C. Next we got uh Ray Ray Reha Rehat. I don't know. This green one that adds 70 extra stamina points. 70 extra stamina is nice and all. But if you're a mage build, there's really no point to wear it. But I guess it's nice for those warrior um builds or anything that really uses a lot of stamina. But I would say it's probably on the same par as B. Anybody can benefit from more stamina, I would say in most situations, but it's not one of those top tier Dragon Priest masks in my opinion. This is a very another hard one. Heaven Rock, immune to diseases and poison. Um, that's all right. I think it's on the same par as this one. I think it's I'd rather have immune to diseases and poison rather than the. I would actually rather have a reduction to most of those. I think there's an erase ability that literally gives you immune to disease and poison, so it doesn't really, it's not really that practical. Uh, Volsong, which is this one, prices are 20% better, carry points increased by 20, and can breathe underwater. I feel like this is just an all-around really good mask. Um, let's say if you're gonna go barter, you can just plop this on real quick, and it also increases your carrying points, so you can carry more items. And then breathing underwater, I feel like it's a very cool ability. Not that practical, but there is its cases where it's good. Now, granted, if you're an Argonian, you can just breathe underwater normally, so you're not really benefiting from it too much. Um, so yeah. Next one is Crossus, which is this one. Lockpicking, archery, and alchemy 20% better. Uh, Lockpicking and archery already would probably put it in A tier, and then also you have alchemy on top of that. If you do alchemy in Skyrim, I tend to not do that. I think that's a really good mask, so I'd put it up there in A tier. Um, Morak magic regenerates 100% faster. I think that's an S tier. Where these other ones make it cost less for purely for a mage, you're going to benefit I think more from this one than you are this one, and I think it was this one. You're just going to benefit a lot more, I think, from the magic regeneration. And then next we have the wooden mask. Um, I would put it in D tier because it doesn't really give you any abilities. It doesn't look that great too compared to the rest of them, I would say. But at the same time, you have to use it to get this next one, which is pronounced Konhark. Konhark. When health is low, you have a chance to heal wares and damage nearby enemies. Uh, from a mask perspective, it's the coolest looking mask, and the ability's pretty cool. By the time I feel like I get this though in the game, I don't end up actually ever using it. Um, it would have been cool if this mask was a like a combination of all of these, and that was like its passive ability, but the main ability was to spawn in a warrior and damage nearby enemies. The issue with that to me is by the time you start getting low, certain enemies can like one shot you, so you might not even really capitalize off it much anyways. But the coolness factor of it and how you get it gets it points up. But for the amount of work you have to get for it, I feel like it's not that practical. So that's my tier list on all the Dragon Priest masks. I know it's a very short video. I'll make a more in-depth one in the future, but I just wanted to pop out an actual video, because I've been busy with college. So I will see you all later, and this has been Elderfall 101.